My first mission trip was to Burkina Faso, Africa. My biggest concern was that I didn't have anything to offer to a team and to people in Africa. And then they asked for someone to teach volleyball. And I was like, that I can do. I love volleyball. So I went, and in the 10 days that we spent there, we only played volleyball one day for 1 hour. But what we did do for the majority of the time is every single night we sat around a campfire at nighttime and listened to the girls. These young teenage girls just share their stories and their heartbreak and their struggles. And I just remember thinking, yeah, I wasn't called to Africa for volleyball. I was just called to be here, to make the effort to be there to show the girls that it was worth my time and my fear and everything to get there to show them the love. Shawnee Alliance Church, we believe in missions, and we just believe in it very wholeheartedly because we believe that we are called to serve and we are to help others. Whether it's going, whether it's praying, whether it's sending money, we just have always had a heart for missions and for people all over the world. Recently, I had the opportunity to go to Uruguay on a vision trip, and the timing of it was over our church's trunk or treat event, which is a huge thing for me. I love the community outreach. I love the event. But then they told me that they were actually going to put on in Uruguay, a trunk or treat event, their small little church, and I could help. And I thought, well, this is why I'm gonna go. I can take my passion and for this and go spread it in Uruguay. And so I went with the team, and the day that we were supposed to go to trunk or treat there, the weather didn't cooperate. It rained and it was cold and windy, and they had to postpone. Although I was disappointed at first, I was reminded that I wasn't called to Uruguay for a trunk or treat event. I was called to just be there. And so I spent our entire weeks talking to all the international workers and some of the residents there, just hearing their stories and their visions and their hearts for the ministries that they were doing there, to be shoulder to shoulder with them, just being present with them. Ephesians 2:10 states, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." We are all called to missions, whether that be in our home, in our church, in the community, or even on a mission trip. Regardless, the needs and the skill set is just the same. Jesus didn't call us to have any specialty skills. He just called us to be willing, to have a willing heart, and just to step out in that faith with Him. I think it's great when we are intentional about following God's lead and our callings. It comes in different ways and in different settings, and we should never discourage what we're hearing or what we're feeling because of what we think we can or cannot bring to the table. He has already shown us that He's already been there, and what we have to offer, what we think we can offer, there's so much more through Him. So I encourage you to partner with Him and partner in prayer, and then to give me a call. I would love to work this out, to hear your story, to hear your heart, and see how we can engage that and move that forward for the kingdom.